Yeah, like teaching the youth, that is not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
That is a difficult job, especially this day and age.
Yeah. That is not my job. That is not my calling.
No. Me neither. Never has been. Never will.
As it is, I won't even teach my own staff shamanism. I'm like, go study under this guy.
I was like, are you gonna be there? She's like, no. Like,
no.
oh.
No. Somebody's got to run the store, and no. Hello, everybody. Just a few minutes waiting for everybody to come on and join us. I'll do it. What do you mean by join money? If you would like a reading, let us know in the comments. I'm assuming Gail wants a money reading. That's how I'll interpret that. While we wait for the notifications to go out, if you ladies want to start. And then, trouble has entered the chat. Hi, Zach.
Oh, God.
I'm lurking.
The Captain Lurker.
That's right.
No.
All right. And then we have Crystal Cat. So I'm assuming Gail would like a money reading, and then Yasmin would like a general. Then we have Crystal Cat. So plug the psychic there, right? Yeah. We've got the wine and spirits, and then we have the October psychotic fair in store. That might be our last one for the year.
Oh.
Read you an ice pack, you'll read for free. You know, like it was atrociously hot today. It still is.
Oh, it was awful. It was just awful, and I had to come home from work and do barn chores, and I just moved really slow because I'm like, I don't need to overheat myself.
No, heat strokes are not fun, and that's one of those things that once you have your first one, you will have them even quicker.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I poked along slowly.
Yeah, it's humid here, Crystal Cat. Hello. Humid, so it's like 92, and then the humidity on top of it. And right before our live started, I don't know about you guys, but I got the weather alert about a severe thunderstorm coming in.
Oh.
So, hey, Samantha.
So this one.
Right.
Driving home from work.
No tornadoes.
Yeah.
Just outside, because I am that typical white person. I will go outside and watch that. Like, there we go. Because it's cool. Oh goodness. So it's storming where Zach's at, so that means it's coming our way. So if for some reason we go away without announcing we're done for the day, it's because it hit and I lost electric. So which actually would hit Sierra first, then me, then you, Chris. So,
yeah.
So whoever might be ready for Gail.
And Gail wants a general?
Money, I believe. She said join money.
Money. So we're looking at finances. Okay.
All right, guys. And keep in mind, everybody in chat, we are streaming across 4 different platforms. So we're going to go in the order that I see them come through in chat. Not necessarily as you see them on Facebook or YouTube, but how I see them come up, because they're all coming over to one screen for me. Trevor, you're being spicy. I like it. It's like I want to toss a bottle into a tornado just to see if it actually does take off. Just like the movies, right? If it'll take a cow, I'm sure it'll take a bottle.
Okay. Alrighty, Gail. I'll go ahead and go here, and let's see here. It looks like you have have some decisions that you're kind of in a quandary about. And these, I think one is kind of weighing a little bit more than the other, and definitely take into account that one of them, the one you're leaning towards, is actually going to move a lot faster. I got the Knight of Wands here, and I've got the Knight of Swords. I had to make sure I had the right one that I was talking about. Darn glasses. So we have some information that's going to be coming in quite quickly, and this is going to have a big influence on how your finances pan out in the future. And seeking an advisor that has a new aspect on how to build and grow money, and where to cut things out that you may not necessarily be thinking of, like those subscriptions that you're not paying attention to, just these little things that are nitpicking at your finances and you're not really thinking about. So I definitely have somebody come in and look and kind of go over things with you to get some advice on what to cut out. But I think things are going to start changing and coming around for you pretty quickly. So I guess that is what you're going to have to do, is just pull in like somebody that is their forte. And it's going to be a younger male that's very gung-ho about helping you straighten things out. Not straighten things, but get the ball rolling in a positive direction for you.
I read Lenormand, for those who are like, I don't know what she's talking about. So the Whip and the Moon, career-wise, you are going back and forth with your job, what you're doing right now, or you're trying to figure out what you need to be doing, and it's a constant battle of like, I want to do this, but I also want to do this. I don't like this. I do like this, and you're constantly going back and forth. Reevaluate your current financial situation. Again, kind of like how Chris had, see if there's things that you can deduct that you're not using anymore. Figure out what you can do right now with your finances to get it under control, until you can figure out where you want to go from there to make things easier for you, because there is a way.
Mm-hmm. For the sake of not sounding like a piggybacker, the first card we have is Hades, the underworld. There's forgotten about expenses, or maybe like bonds, CDs laying around that can be cashed in, or expenses that you're like, we've been paying for Netflix and we haven't watched it in 3 months. Taking care of that. And this is the first time this has ever happened. We've got Cat Sith, who is focused, followed by Ku Sith, which is also focused. So it is really looking at the fine lines, finding all the things, even kind of like reading between the lines, if you will, of like, here's this information, what else can you gather from that to make your financial situation better? But there's a lot of focus and a lot of decision making going on for you. So I feel like it's kind of like the forgotten expenses, or even like that forgotten money laying around. If you have like a jar of money buried in the backyard, like remember that and go get it, type thing. So hopefully those make sense for you. We have Yasmin next, who would like a general reading. Let's see if there's any other comments. Zach talking. He's like, there'll also be an awesome espresso drinks available at the Wine and Spirits, because he got them to sign up, and he's like, you're welcome. You know what, Zach?
You are appreciated, Zach.
Zach has been live with us during these readings before, so hopefully we'll get him again when his schedule permits. We keep him in the back because he does misbehave, as you can see on in the Twitch comments.
He's very naughty.
Okay, so we need a general reading. So I got the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and the Chariot. So I think you have some stuff that is just like really coming at you fast. You have like so fast that you're kind of wavering about the decisions to make to kind of get your hands around all of this stuff that's going on. And some of it's impacting your finances, but it's not impacting your finances in a negative way. It's going to impact them in a positive way. So you kind of want to just jump on the train and ride it, but make sure you're discerning about these things, because like I said, they're flying at you, and you don't want to make a knee-jerk decision because they're coming so quickly. So just kind of analyze them fairly well before you make an off-the-cuff decision about things. But I think you're going to have a pretty good outcome, and it's really going to move you in a positive direction. And I think this is with career or finances.
All right, real quick. Cat Lady, you will be next. So if you could put in comments, please, what kind of reading you would like, so we know for the next round. All right, Sarah.
I pulled the Universe card. The little cute mantra below is we're all just stardust. This card is for that reminder that you need to find balance in your own world. It's okay to look at the big picture things, but you also need to pay attention to the small things within your own world, because if you don't, they're going to throw you off balance. So pay attention to the small things that you've got going on. Don't let them build up. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time when things start to get closer to a due date, get closer to either finances being due or a project that is due. So make sure that you have your own world figured out and in order. Otherwise, we'll run into some bigger problems along the way. So just take care of yourself.
Okay, Crystal Cat down in the comments. I don't want to put it because I don't want to lose where I am. She would like a reading for the month of September. So Yasmin, the first card I got here was Hypnos for rest. And in this case, for you, it's like you're always putting on the show, you're going above and beyond. So you need to take the stance back here. If you need to cut things off, cut out some of the work, cut out the extra projects, like literally scythe it away to get your time back, followed by lemure, loneliness. But it's not really a loneliness. It's just having that time to yourself for your sacred rest. When you cut these other things and other people out. And by doing that, the next part, Selkie, the freedom. So you will have more freedom for you by scything away all of this extra stuff and really having the time then to decide what is it that you want to do. Because maybe what you're putting out right now, that energy you're putting out, you loved it at first, but now it's old hat, and you want the freedom to do new things, even if it is concentrating on yourself and your betterment and whatever that may be for you. So hopefully that makes sense. Next is Crystal Cat, who wanted a reading for the month of September. And I will scroll down here for the one after her. Let's see.
Okay. All right. For the month of September, things coming up. I think you're going to have, I'm getting that this is probably with school or education. You have a lot of decisions that you're gonna have to make. I don't know if this is like something to do with a focus in what you're getting educated on, but this is it's like you want to do this, but you're gonna kind of get pulled to do that. So just make sure you stand your ground and you don't feel like you're getting pushed into making a decision that it's not feeling like it fits. Go with your heart, follow your heart, and definitely don't make decisions based on your emotions. Try to completely take those out of the equation when you're making these decisions. And don't let anybody, I'm really getting a sense of almost being bullied. Just don't, make sure that you stand your ground when people are trying to kind of talk you into doing things in that respect. So that's what I got for you.
I pulled the Castle card. For this one, it's talking about now is a time for healing, not for war. You recently did something out of anger that upset some people, and there might be unrepairable damage or things that were said that kind of need some time to be repaired. So now is your time to make amends to the ones that matter, and to heal yourself. So know that mistakes were made, but they can be made better so long as you don't remain angry about the situation and go about the healing journey of that situation.
All right, I was busy correcting our stream, so let me catch up here. And while I do that, Sherry, who is next, would like a romance reading. And funny enough, the first card that I've just pulled for you, without even looking at it till now, is the storm fields, as we have a storm going on here in Ohio. But in this case, it's like it's sucking up and picking up everything that has been in your way, that's been cluttered, that's just kind of like that energy hanging around, weighing you down, that muddy, yucky energy. The next one was the compass, finding your way, finding that new direction that you need to kind of move in, but you were unsure of what to do about it. Followed by, heal the ouch. So not necessarily emotional, but if there's something that kind of happened and you're like, oh, that wasn't great. The changing of the energy, picking it up, moving it out, following your guts on what it is you need to do next, even if it's, timid steps at first as you're trying that out, is definitely going to give you a favorable outcome. So we have Sherry for a love reading next.
All right. I got 6 of coins. And woo, I just saw a big lightning bolt outside.
Hear that? Look at me. I'm what? I feel neglected now.
So if I disappear. So you are you're definitely you're looking for something more stable than I think you've had in the past. And financially, and keeping yourself grounded. And I think that is going to, you're good. It's going to come to fruition. I got the 10 of Cups also. So I think things are going to improve in that manner. If you're not in a relationship now, or if this relationship you're trying to figure out if it's going somewhere, I think it is going to go somewhere. Just make sure you make good choices with the actions that you take. And it looks like, I mean, things are just really going to come together and it's going to work out really well. I got the world too. So I think there's something very positive that's going to come up, but there's going to be steps taken to build off of it, and you're going to grow together. It's not something that's just going to like wham bam. You're going to have like this, oh, I found the love of my life and everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be some work, but emotionally balanced, financially balanced, and there's going to be a really good connection there.
I pretty much got a very similar thing. So I got the bouquet and the fish. To me, in romance, you are going to be, someone is going to come into your life that is going to help fulfill you financially, as well as they're going to understand your values and what makes you tick. So this is someone who is actually going to gift you understanding and grow with you. However, I did pull the cross, and it took me a second to pull this one because I believe that there is something in the way, and I keep getting the word of self-sabotage of you achieving this. So you need to know that you're worth someone who values you, and that you are valuable, and you need to know your worth. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues with getting and attracting the right person. So don't self-sabotage yourself. Think highly of yourself, because you got good stuff coming your way.
I was checking the weather and I'm like, where's my storm?
I know. I just keep seeing wind.
We just went to lock up our chickens.
Oh.
That's right. She was going through.
All right. I promised. I shuffled. Next would be Brenda for the next reading, another love reading. I promised I shuffled, but the first card was Heal the Ouch again. Followed by Sacred Pool, and then the cleaning of the house. This is really, I feel like, for you, cleaning up the healing and cleaning up the emotional hurts, anything that's been kind of going on, almost like a neglect. Taking the time to find your own sacred, that you are worthy, that you are accepting of, but making sure you take that time by yourself too to get all of that healing done before you try to jump in somewhere else, because that's just going to take that same baggage from before and muck up the new. And that's why the cleaning the house, like sometimes it is physically, right? Cleaning the house is meditative for some people. So as you're either, physically cleaning the house or making the mental effort to work on and clear out anything that you kind of had hanging and nagging from anything previous is going to be beneficial for you. Don't carry the last luggage forward. Don't bring the Motel 6 into the next rate. And I can't think of a 5-star hotel off the top of my head, but I love that analogy. Ruined it. All right, we have Brenda. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hey, Rhonda. Carrying chainsaws around, man. Hurt yourself.
Chris, did you need more time?
Yeah, if you could go.
Yeah,
that would be great. These are working out.
You're good. Brenda, I pulled the crossroads, the mice, and the ring for you. Your indecisiveness is getting in the way of possible commitments, or a possible relationship. You keep going back and forth, not knowing exactly what you want, and that keeps eating away the possibility of something good coming in for you. You need to figure out what you want. You need to figure out if what you used to desire is still prominent for you now. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going back and forth, and we're never going to get anywhere. So figure out what is important to you, so that we can then move on and have those higher level relationships.
Okay. All right. I'm ready now. Sorry about that. So I get the Two of Cups, which is awesome. So this is all about partnerships and where you are going and building that relationship that is going to last. And I also got the Six of Swords. So these two together, it's going to be somebody who I get this feeling of like you're saving each other. Like you guys are really going to be able to get to a point of completing one another and having a very positive future together. The third card I got to kind of solidify that is the World. So this is also a situation where it's not going to just kind of happen all at one time. It's something that's going to have to be worked on, and it feels like somebody that is going to be it's going to be a friend too. I mean, this is going to be a really positive person for you. So that's what I got for you. I just have a really good feeling about it.
Oh, right. I was just reading through some comments from Ron, being sassy, calm be Christ. Fun enough that the first card that came up for a love reading is the Minotaur card. Abs for Jays. His message and mission is the compassion, right? So the old story of how anybody put into that labyrinth with him, he would attack. But the whole point is not every person who comes off that way is always an evil, mean. They could be overworked, overstressed. Like, what is really going on? Getting to know what's going on, including yourself, having compassion for yourself as well. Followed by the Valkyrie, which is choice. So I feel like you have 2 or 3 decisions to make. But the word that comes up for this card with me is grace. So making that decision, finding that compassion, and moving in a state of integrity and grace in that decision that you decide to make. Followed by the focus card again with the wolf, right? Cat Sith is very still and stoic in that focus. Kusith is very much the focus in the movement. So once you've made that decision and you understand what you want to do, go ahead and move and don't hesitate. So hopefully that makes sense for you. Next up, we had Zach. Zach wants a reading. He gets the naughty deck. Let's pull that one out for him. He did not say what kind he wanted. To answer your question, Zach, they are black with like a ruby cat eye. So that's why they look like tiger's eye, because the cat eye moves in there, the magnetic.
So does Zach want a general, or does he have deep dark secrets he wants us to unfold?
I mean, you can just sit in there and tell him about himself. Let me scroll way down here and see if you put it there. Insight on how my next retreat will go. Well, first of all, don't fall anywhere, because the last time you went on a retreat, you damn near crippled yourself. Don't do that, sir. Here we are. Looking for to be ready. All right, we'll have Lenore after Zach.
Okay. I think I've got something here for Zach and his retreat. So I got the moon. So there's gonna be a lot of insight that comes into play with your intuition, and you're going to really build on that. There's gonna be some just amazing energy connection, and that could come in the form of a relationship. I got the Lovers, and I got the Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like there's somebody, could be, you could be meeting somebody special, or this could be a really good bonding moment for you and somebody who is going to really ground you and help bring that energy in that the moon is bringing in on the whole situation. I think it's going to be something really phenomenal for you. In the ways of bonding, building relationships, grounding, and just this overall insight of amazing things happening for you. So I think it's going to be great.
So I pulled the U card and the duality, which to me shows me that you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and you are going to be fed choices that you're going to have to make. You might realize that who you have been prior to this retreat is not who you want to be anymore. You're going to have that moment of realization as to, like, I don't think this is meant for me anymore, but this might be. And it's going to be honestly centered towards you, and that's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make for yourself and yourself alone. But you're going to learn a lot about yourself within this retreat.
Okay. I got the Exhausted Eagle. Seek support. So I know these retreats sometimes can be very long, very tiring, right? Because they're back-to-back-to-back spiritual work. Followed by the Grumpy Wizard. Release your anger safely. So I feel like in that frustration that you might be going through, or what you're learning, and it's going to be eye-opening, but you're going to be tired and having. I almost feel like there's going to be somebody there that's going to annoy you. So tired. Yeah, maybe that whole exhaustion and grumpiness is because there's going to be somebody else there, like another student, another person who is just going to be really trying on you. And maybe they're going to kind of come over to you because they know you know things, and instead of reaching out to a facilitator teacher, they're going to go to you. And maybe just try that last nerve in a spiritual space, and how do you keep that calm in front of your teachers and your facilitators. Lenore, just a pull for the coming month.
Okay. Zach, are you going to have an enemies to lover relationship at this retreat? Is that what I'm getting?
It's kind of sounding that way.
It doesn't sound like that.
Okay, what's coming up this month? Okay, so I think you're going to have a lot of positive growth coming this month. There's going to be a lot of contemplation about things that are important, that you've been kind of holding off making decisions on, but they're going to really start kind of falling in line, and you're going to really want to follow your gut feeling about which one to approach first. But it feels like it could be a personal growth thing. Finances could be part of it, but this feels like you're going to I don't know, start a new hobby, start kind of going down a rabbit hole about something that really is going to give you a lot of insight about yourself. So go with it and go with your gut on it, and you're going to really discover some great things about yourself and about moving forward.
My favorite things to talk about are endings, which always sound really scary. But I pulled the gray card, which has to do with inevitable endings. So there's going to be something that's going to end for you within the next month. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a sad or bad thing. It might be something that just generally just has to end for you to grow and move on. So there are going to be there's going to be great transformation happening within that time. But just know and be prepared that there is going to have to be an ending to be a new beginning for you.
I feel like this is almost in the reverse order. So the first card we have like coming to life, the dancing, the growth, the that new start, right? Kind of coming off of Sierra's reading. But then the second card was the sad embrace followed by moonlight. What it is you're choosing new, you're moving on, but in doing so, it's going to shed light on things that have been tucked away, we haven't wanted to deal with, that it's going to, bubble up to the surface, and spending that time dealing with them and finally putting them to rest. Of like, I acknowledge, I forgive myself, I forgive those people. To keep on dancing, I need to address these. So, and maybe that's what some of those endings are, right? But the ending of hiding things away in compartments. So hopefully that makes sense for you. We have Jennifer, who would love a reading about
finances. Okay.
I kept looking at that abundance deck that we have at the store, and I was like, I should probably get that one for, financial abundance stuff, and I didn't. And I'm regretting it.
Karen.
Okay. So, I got the Two of Cups, the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles. So, you have a partnership that is in existence or is upcoming, and this partnership is going to really ignite a lot of growth with personal growth and finances, and make sure that along this pattern of upshift that you're approaching, make sure you kind of give back a little bit. Don't get overly excited and go, oh, I got to save all this. Do something positive with it as well. Because by doing that, it's going to turn things tenfold into a more better situation for you. So, make sure that you, with your goal of getting to a new spot, be thankful for it and share. But it looks like it's going to be coming pretty fruitfully for you here in the short term.
Funny enough, I got something very, very similar. I always say funny enough, but we all know how this goes. So I pulled the heart, the dog, and then the ring afterwards, which exactly plays off of what Chris said, where you're going to be offered a partnership with somebody that is going to be really important. It's going to be something of a commitment. It's not going to be something that is just going to be a passing through type of thing. And the dog represents best friend loyalty. There is, whoever this is genuinely going to care for you and want you to succeed. And they have faith that you are going to do well. You definitely have to trust yourself in this aspect. It's going to be good for you. I fully believe that. But just know that this is a commitment, and you need to be prepared to put other things aside for this possible big opportunity for you.
Yep. Okay. I got bored with my current deck, so I switched. And just made it harder for myself because this is that fun Edward Gorey deck, which the pictures on the card mean nothing to what it actually means, right? And of course, they're not numbered. The first card is the sea. The message for this card, January wasting, loss of ears, protect your ears. False affection is the main one on this one out of the list to pay attention to. The others, vapors, a secret enemy, misdirection, estrangement, chagrin. But above all, protect your ears. Though I have to wonder, do you have somebody who you kind of feel like that friend that really isn't rooting for you? Would they sabotage any relationship that you might be trying to build upon? Then we had the yellow bird, who is very much not yellow in this year card. The message is, the one that stands out for your reading, I would say, is indiscretion. In other words, poison, protect your ears, and have a food tester. True love thrown away. An unforeseen catastrophe, complications, that's the word, mania, and put to trouble. But that, I'm really thinking there might be somebody around you who, even if you're really finding that person, they're going to try and trip you up, either out of jealousy or they really don't have your back as much as you think they do. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe evaluate who's in your circle, you know, the quality of people that you have close to you in your circle. I hope that makes no sense and all your people are great and you're like, you are wrong. I'd rather be there. Let's see. Next, I got lost trying to find those cards in the book because I never memorized what those cards are. Megan also would like a romance reading, and then we'll have Elise Meckley next. Oh, I finally see you, Larry. Oh, we should have had you jump in, but I'm just now seeing your comment. We're kind of far in. I'm surprised Karen doesn't want 2 cards in the mono, but fine, do that. But thank you for stroking our algorithm. Okay.
All right. So I've got the Queen of Cups, which I believe is you, and the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So there is a person that is coming in that is gonna really help kind of compliment you, and this feels like it's going to be a new situation and a new relationship that is going to come in, or the current relationship that you have is going to take a new turn, and both of you are there's going to be like an adventure side of this whole thing, that you're going to kind of reconnect and connect the dots and go, okay, this does fit. This is where we're supposed to be and where we're supposed to go. So that I think it's going to be some real positivity. And this person's also, I pulled an oracle card too. This person's also going to be very protective of you and make you feel safe. So I don't know if that's something that's going on now where you just haven't felt like a relationship you've been in has been completing you and has been safe, but this person's really going to make you feel whole and safe.
I got something similar. So I've got the dog and the tower. The dog being someone who is very protective, again, like that best friend type of relationship. So someone is going to come in that's going to, you're going to get really close to them really quickly, if you aren't already close with them now. The tower in Lenormand differs from the tower in tarot because this tower, you need to take this person's going to challenge you to take a new perspective on things. They are constantly going to challenge you in your way of thinking because I then pulled the whip. This person is going to open your mind up to things that you might actually sit there and be like, wow, was I really like that closed-minded all this time? So they are going to come as a challenge, but it's overall growth that needs to be had. It's just going to come in the form of a person that is going to make you think.
Zach's, or should I get my next tattoo? I don't feel like.
Zach, you don't want my answer.
So for you to start from this person, Lisa's asking if her partner will beat her battle with addiction. So for Megan, the first card we got, wow, words are hard today, is the Hydra, which is regeneration, followed by the Mirror, and then blessings. So I don't know if you're contemplating somebody maybe who you kind of like broke up with at one point a while, maybe an old high school flame that's coming up that you're kind of getting back into touch with. That's what this regeneration kind of feels like. It's something being visited or somebody that was maybe like friend zoned or never thought about that way, but you two are now kind of like the light bulbs going off and you're like, oh, that's why we get along so well. The Mirror, like really taking the time to study yourself and the people around you, what is being presented and the blessings out of it. So it seems very favorable in what's going on here. So keep those options, open and be ready for it to step on through.
Okay. So it looks like as far as your partner's addiction, this is going to be more towards more things for you versus them. You're going to have to at some point kind of take a step back and question and always question where they are at with this, because sometimes they're not totally being honest with themselves about going through this process. So I almost want to say you have to imply tough love at sometimes. So and this is to help keep them on track. They have a lot of strength within them to get through this, but I got the Three of Wands, which is, your contemplation and kind of analyzing the situation. The Two of Wands, realizing how much work you have. And I got the Devil, and the Devil is about addiction. So working through this is going to be tough. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but the Oracle cards that I pulled, you got Purity, This is where your secrets are a little, you got to make sure that those are unveiled, and don't let things trap you into being a victim of the situation yourself. But overall, I think it's just going to be a lot of work and a lot of being tough, and both of you being tough and looking this in the face and saying, we're going to deal with this together, and it's going to stop. So hopefully that helps.
So I used with stuff like this, I'd like to contact just spirit in general and talk to skulls a bit. So I do have a message from them. I pulled from the voice to souls, and it's like abundance, right? Okay. However, abundance here has to do with skipping stages. Do not skip stages to move faster. You cannot, in addictions in general, you cannot speed up the process. You need to go as slow or as fast as the person who is battling the addiction wants to go. Another word I keep getting, and this isn't pointing fingers, but make sure you are not enabling any sort of behavior by coddling somebody. I get that you're a very loving person, and you just want to be there for them, but don't let too much love turn into a crutch that doesn't allow someone to grow and battle things on their own.
So next, Janelle, anything spirit wants to know. But for Elise, the first card that came up was boogeyman bullshit. Release your fears. And this isn't necessarily yours. This is like your partner. That was followed by my eyes are up here, mister, and it's stop being distracted. So what fears and excuses are they using to keep sliding back here and there? Even if they don't go all the way back, what is that reasoning? Like, I had a stressful day, therefore I deserve a drink, a hit, whatever it might be. Followed by psychic spirit, use your own inner guidance. So knowing when you're going to call them out on it, and kind of giving them that tough love. From somebody who had a partner that was, an alcoholic. Anything remotely stressful made it okay to slide backwards, right? Until you put your foot down and you call them out, and they're like, oh yeah. So you need to put away their fears, quit using the distractions and the reasoning, and using your own self-love to help them out. What does Spirit have to say for Janelle? So we have Janelle, then we'll have Vicky, and let's see. I don't want to have to cut anybody off. Let's see. So Janelle, Vicky, and then maybe Holistic Twins, and then we'll be done.
So Janelle, what I'm getting for you is to kind of, if you haven't before, kind of delve into some shadow work, and there's some stuff that you could let go of, and working with your spirit guides is really going to help you achieve this. And this is going to create a growth pattern for you. I'm getting that you yourself are a very intuitive person, and that you potentially could have some healing energy to you and able to heal. But you've got to work on a little bit of this shadow side and let go of some of these little nagging things from your past that kind of put a little damper on that energy, so you can really let it go and kind of just go with it. And you're going to be able to I get this really warm feeling, healing energy from you that you're going to be, and yet you have the potential to be a healer. I did pull a few cards. So this is this was the shadow work card that I got for you, Wisdom of the Shadows. And I also got the transition and growth card. And some of this is just kind of stuff that I've picked up from my spirit guide to kind of give you that guidance as well. So hopefully that resonates with you a little bit and it helps.
So I pulled fears and children. My biggest fear. Anyway, so fear in this instance, you are very spiritually sensitive, but you're having a hard time connecting to your higher self as well as your inner child. You need to do a little bit of inner child work and figure out what makes you happy, what made you tick, what made you spiritually sensitive. Is a kid that you're seeming to have a hard time connecting to now? I get that you're just having a hard time connecting to spirit recently. Do what you used to do that helped you connect. Kind of go back to the basics of things. That is going to be your way of connecting back to your higher self and that inner child.
So next after Janelle is Vicky, who would like a general reading. And I'm sorry, Vicky, I was actually turned away looking to see if I had any decks that were mainly cats, and I don't. Otherwise, I would pop that out for you. But for Janelle, the first card we got here was the Star, followed by the Ring, and then the Fish. This is from the Haunted Lenormand, so it's a little different than some. Dr. Mystical, one of our colleagues, designed this. This is a lot of spiritual meaning for you. Like, I think you recently kind of went, ooh, that sounds like it resonates. I might like to go ahead and do that. And the Ring is literally almost like the marriage to it. You embrace it, you go for it. The Fish is that intuition, the water knowledge. And in this case, it's, what is it, salmon that swim upstream against the currents. So it's like you're going to make that work as you can. And you're going to really love it. You're going to be thrilled. So yeah, there you go. What are you laughing about?
Just the card I pulled. So.
Oh. I'm like, what shenanigans? What is Zach sending you in text off screen?
Nope, it's my own shenanigans.
Okay, this is the general reading for Vicky. I got the Nine of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. So you have done a lot of work over the years, and it's paid off, and now is your time to really enjoy these relationships. Working together, I've got a lot of collaboration with these two cards, and going to some kind of class, doing things to get you to get that kind of crafty, artsy side of your brain going. You will really, really enjoy. And the relationships and bonds that you are going to make over doing this are just, they're going to be over a lifetime. They're going to be wonderful, and these people just will have such a strong connection to these people. And you may already know who these people are, but they're bringing you so much joy, and it's like this huge adventure that you guys are going to go on.
Because you were bringing up your cat, and this card came out so loud and so fast. It's the Familiar card. there is this is the card that comes out when you need to connect to your animals deeper because there's something that they're trying to teach you. So I don't know if you have several cats. I don't know if you just have one cat. But one of your cats has something that they need to teach you about yourself. This is also that card that comes up when you need to pay closer attention to your animal. Check on them, see if there's any sort of like ailments, any sort of pains or anything going on. Because this is them reaching out to you to be like, give me a little bit more attention because there might be something they're trying to show you.
Okay, looking for I feel like I skipped somebody where they got so many chats. Okay, holistic twins. Any message for holistic twins? I guess just general. So I get a little sour-faced at my cards when duplicates keep coming up, and this is like the second or third time. So here's the compassion card, the Minotaur with his abs. But in this case, pay attention to that lady in the back with the blood under her dress for compassion. The second card is revenge, followed by loyalty. Kind of feel like you've got somebody in your family, maybe a grandchild, that they had an acquaintance that everybody's been just a little too nice to or put up with too many of their shenanigans. And you either just recently or you will be recently stepping in to be like, that is enough. Compassion stops here. We're not putting up with that anymore. Like we've been too nice too long. The hardship at home doesn't justify being an ass out in public and to those that have been your friends. So hopefully in a way that makes sense, but I hope it doesn't, that you don't have to enact this. So no cats, but you know, you got a Minotaur with abs for days. I should have brought home that Morning Glory Milking Farm book and never thought the Minotaur would keep popping up.
Spirit saying you need to read it from cover to cover.
I stopped because I couldn't take it seriously. I'm like, I just can't.
So I got some that you have some, you are a very grounded person and that you are very spiritually connected and you're going to have a lot of growth and some new opportunities coming your way with learning and growth from a spiritual perspective. You're keeping your lines of communication open, and keeping that inner connectivity, keeping it open, is, there's just like, I'm getting like downloads of information, and it's coming at me 90 miles an hour. So I'm feeling like this is something that is going to happen with you. I don't know if you are going on a retreat or if you're taking some kind of class to like help you open up, but this is going to really help you. If you don't have something set up, look for something like that. I got the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, and the Page of Cups. So yeah, I think there's something new that's just really gonna kind of like really change your way of thinking and bring some wonderful positivity into you.
Right. Side note, Karen, we need to talk because I just saw your comment about how you said it was a lovely book. So we're going to have to.
I think you right there.
So I pulled the respect card. You are not listening to your own self. You are being asked to do so many different things for people, and you feel obligated to say yes, and you are denying yourself respect by not saying no to things that you don't feel like you need to do. So listen to what your heart is saying. Do what's important to you. Don't let people suck away your energy. You need to have respect for yourself and basically respect yourself enough to say no.
Okay, so the first card I got was the Magical Map Shifter, which is always a good card, followed by Rock Bottom and Into the Unknown. So you've got the ability, and you've already decided to shift around what you're working on, and you're going to create a whole new path, be it at work, a project at home, be it a new hobby, or just something. The Rock Bottom is like literally building it from the ground up. Like you're going to start with nothing, or the bare basics. Maybe a friend or a colleague was like, somebody should do this. And you're like, oh, I got this. I know exactly how to do it. So some new things coming in, but you are going to be the master behind making that come to fruition, pretty much seemingly out of nothing. So be exciting. You'll have to let us know what it is that you've created. I was just chuckling a little bit ago because Zach sitting here saying, I'm spritzing myself with Florida water, fanning away the heat, listening to 3 women in my phone talking. I'm a well-behaved individual. What are you implying, madam? You are not well-behaved. Just because you have not crossed a legal line does not mean you are well-behaved, sir.
He's always right there. He's always right
He's like,
there.
You mean this line? This line? or this part of it over here. Let's see. And I think last we had Taryn, and that will be it for tonight. And just any messages that we have for Taryn. I'm so glad there's been a lot of people saying yay, all of the readings are making sense. What mythical creature are you? Which one represents Zach?
Zach is a chupacabra.
Oh my gosh. That would be perfect for him.
It would. Hiding in the cedar grove.
He's the bunyip.
There's no implication. We just flat out call it what it is.
Yeah, that was Spirit said you were a bunyip.
Okay, so what I've got here is that you have made some really good choices. And this, I feel, is something that has been that has been in the fairly recent past. These choices have really put you in a good position, and you have things to kind of look out over and go and be proud of. So to continue on with them, collaborate with people, have fun with people, and share your talents with people, and it's going to get you a really, really long way. You got the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. So yeah, you just stay on your fruitful course, whether this is teaching or this is with your role at work. It's looking really positive. I heard a key.
That's my cat. Dad's Blaze. So I pulled Calm for you, and you've recently gone through lots of crying. lots of crying. But just know it's all been good and healing for you to do that. You are really afraid because if you've done all this work, you shed all these tears, you are really afraid of making a mistake. Know that we all are going to make them, and the mistakes that you make are not going to draw you back. You need to have faith in yourself. You're very spiritually guided. And you need to trust in that and trust that there are no mistakes and that whatever you are being led down is meant for you. You've come a long way to be here, and you need to trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now.
So the first card we pulled for you, there's other people behind me. There could be. Disconnection, followed by Persephone, the message being the journey. Then chaos with the heartbeat. I feel like you've kind of disassociated, you disconnected, you went off, and now you're feeling kind of a little bit lost. Where do you go? How do you get back? You know, realizing that safety, home, that is what you is known and comfortable to you, is close by, is home. It's being, or is close. It's just literally realizing that it's there and it's around you. The journey, and I feel like the chaos has been in that journey, that be it that you've had to cut people off for whatever reason, or if work is in turmoil, but there's other people, there's journey, but remembering that there is safety and comfort around you, just taking the time to kind of like see the forest through the trees, like quit focusing on the chaos and notice the support group that you have around. That safety net, that home, that good feeling is there for you. You just have to reach out and grab it. Wow, we're only 15 minutes over for all the readings.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Hustle. We hustle. Karen, I'm going to pull a naughty card for Karen just because she doesn't want it. 2 cards and a lie. Haven't done that one in a while.
That would be fun.
It's actually harder to do than you think.
It is hard. I think I failed miserably last time we tried it because I'm like trying to reverse fight my brain.
Right. Karen's naughty card is manifest the arse out of it. Dream big.
Awesome.
So Karen's like, I don't need a reading. I know what I need to do. Well, then do it, ma'am. Do it.
Right in the arse, Karen.
Yes. I keep waiting. Nobody has ever. This has never came up for anybody, and I'm surprised it hasn't for like Zach and people who do ancestor work. It's called the Arsehole Ancestor. Time for ancestor clearing. And I keep wanting and waiting for this card to come up, and it has yet to make an appearance. Followed
it
by...
will when the timing is right. It will.
That's true. That's true.
We need to just have like a day where we just go through the decks of like the cards that like never get picked. That like we just want to get picked one day.
Right. Plus fuck of fairies.
Oh
I love
that. So one of these days. So Chris, you're going to be with us at the Wine and Spirits event. Up in a couple weeks.
Yep.
What kind of readings will you be offering?
I will be offering tarot readings, oracle readings, mediumship readings, and pet readings.
Nice. And somebody's not local, but they wanted to stalk you and get a reading. How do they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, and it's Chris Clardy is my Facebook page, or Tarot and Lenormand by Chris is my my website. So those are the best ways to get me.
Cool. We got to get you a scheduling link for the store and get you in on a semi-regular so I can put that up. Stop being busy, ma'am.
I know, I'm like, I cannot believe like how limited my weekends are. From here, I'm completely booked up September. I have, and October, I think I have one Saturday open right now, and I started booking stuff into November right now.
You could text me what Saturday that is, and if we've got it open in the store, we'll get you in.
Okay.
Calavera, how do they find you?
You can find me, I feel like I'm doing like an infomercial, at Death and Dishonor Witchery on Instagram. You can also see my lovely face all over the Goddess Elite social media page. But
she does a very awesome job, I must say. I love watching her stuff.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
You're unfired. You're unfired.
Oh, yay! I get to go to work tomorrow. Thanks, Chris.
Oh, anytime.
But Death and Dishonor Witchery is where you can find where I post stuff about when I'm going to be at the store, which will be in October, for readings, and where you can see my updates for the oils that I have at the store for you to purchase. So, yeah.
Right. I did put your booking link in the store. In there, and you can book with Zoom. So if you're not local but you want a longer reading, you can book Zoom. And once we get Chris's calendar made and know when we can have Chris on a semi-rate, we'll have that too. So
Yeah.
Now I might be able to do some Fridays too, Melissa. That might be.
Stop teasing.
Because I have 2 Fridays off from my Monday through Friday job a month. So.
Oh, from your Clark Kent job.
Yes, from my Clark Kent job.
Okay.
Yes.
Put on your tarot reading shirt and come on in. So, as far as I know, you don't wear glasses or contacts. So,
No, I actually wore a t-shirt today to work, and I work in an office in a manufacturing plant. I'm a customer service manager by day. And my t-shirt I had on today, it had chickens across it, and the chickens all had little witch hats on. And it says, support your local covenant.
Let's see. Oh, you're welcome. Melissa said thank you. Makes sense. So yeah, we, myself and probably Calavera, will definitely be back next Tuesday. We kind of switch who else is with us just to help get the word out there for all of our readers. Though I think Larry said he can join us next time. So Larry, and maybe I'm trying to remember what she said her reading name was, because she's got like 6 different names now. But do some. She specializes in love and relationships and romance. So she'll be in just for like, here, you handle the love things, because I'm like, ew, love people. So join us next Tuesday again at 8:00, wherever you are watching. We will be back. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.